Hello, this is NatorGreen7000. One of my public subscriptions replied to a comment I left on one of her videos. She said that in her video, one can be LGBT+ and Christian. It's not true, and I said as much. It goes against the Bible, which is the Word of God. She replied to that. I wish she replied to one of my comments where I wasn't correcting her, but it be what it be. She said, it's actually not in the Bible. She doesn't capitalize the word Bible. I'm fairly sure if she was talking about the Quran or the Book of Mormon, she would have capitalized it. She probably would have capitalized Aleister Crowley's Book of the Law. I don't say that for no reason. She doesn't say that she's a Satanist, but she mentioned Satanism in one of her videos. I show her the verse I found online, but the internet isn't trustworthy, so I have a Bible right here. This is the same verses online that I'm going to be looking at. My Bible is the GNT, stands for Good News. Stands for Good News Translation. Let me show you here. So the verse is in 1 Corinthians 6:9. This is the same verse I showed her in my reply, except this one's from an actual Bible instead of just the internet. I'm reading this word for word. I'm not adding no words. I'm not taking away no words. This isn't bullying or nothing. I am literally reading the verse as it's written out of my Bible. So 1 Corinthians 6:9. Surely you know that the wicked will not possess God's kingdom. Do not fool yourself. People who are immoral, who worship idols, are adulterers, or homosexual perverts. That's exactly what it says. I can show you right now. That's exactly what it says. Says, surely you know that the wicked will not possess God's kingdom. Do not fool yourself. People who are immoral, or who worship idols, or who are idolaters, or homosexual perverts. You can read it for yourself. That's exactly what it says in my Bible. My Bible is the Good News Translation. So it's clear cut. If you support the LGBT+, right, and L stands for lesbian, and G stands for gay, B stands for bisexual, right? Those are all versions of being a homosexual, and it says pretty clearly that you're not going to get to heaven that way. So if you support that, you can't be supporting that and then also be saying you're a Christian and you support the Bible. The Bible pretty clearly says that's ain't something we're supposed to be supporting as Christians. It don't get any more clear cut than that. I couldn't make it any more clear cut than that. I could find other verses in the Bible where it talks about this, because there are other verses where it talks about this, but they pretty much say very similar things. So that's what it is. I mean, that be how it be. Dude. But while we're in 1 Corinthians, one of my favorite Bible verses is in 1 Corinthians, so I'm going to show it to you here. It's 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be fooled. Bad companions ruin good character. I've also heard it translated, do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good character. It's just, that has really been true in my life, and one way in particular a situation that I'm just not gonna forget. When I was hanging around people who I knew were doing bad things and just were not the kind of people I should be associating with just as a man. And I was around those people, and then my crush, who I had a crush on for like 3 years or 4 years, and I lived with for those 3 years. I lived with her for over a year in her house, with her sister and her parents and her dogs. And one of the people I hang out with decided to tell my crush that I had sex with her sister. This wasn't true, never happened. But because of who I was hanging around with, that caused me to lose my friendship with her. And I'm really not gonna forget that ever. I don't think. Living my life like that. If I want to be the best man that I can be, then I need to surround myself with people who want the same thing, who also want to be the best man that they can be, and who aren't dregs, and who aren't going to give me that kind of reputation. Because I wasn't doing anything bad, but I was hanging around people who were doing things that were bad. It's like a guilt by association. And I'm sure if I was to continue to hang out with those people, it not only was it going to affect my reputation, but it probably would have affected how I would be acting, because I would be around that all the time and I would get used to it. And those would be the things that I would start doing. And that's how I would start acting, which isn't the person I want to be. This has been NatorGreen7000. If you enjoyed the video, I challenge you to indicate as much by pressing the like button, and to be sure that you're subscribed. NatorGreen7000.